Now, traveling by air remains the safest means of transportation, but that safety only holds when the rules guiding its operations are clear and unambiguous. Following recent ugly developments, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, has banned the use of airplane mode during takeoff and landing. The NCAA insists all mobile phones and devices must be completely switched off during flights. The directive harmonizes existing regulations and compels airlines to update their manuals to reflect the change. The Director General of the authority, Captain Chris Ncaa, explained that the decision aims to remove confusion among passengers and ensure uniform compliance across all airlines. Now let's share this story by TVC News Uloma Onyemachi with you.
I fly Ibom didn't say anything. You are the one.
Questions and answers on passenger rights, safety protocols and security were unending at the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority security meeting. The authority says this emergency convergence is as a result of recent incidents recorded across Nigerian airports. The Director General of the authority, Captain Chris Ncaa, explained that the meeting will help analyze the chain of failures that permitted these incidents, unify interagency collaboration, and strengthen training, retraining, and continuous training of aerodrome personnel.
Today's engagement is not about pointing fingers or appointing blame. It is rather about listening, discussing, and awakening us to our individual and collective responsibilities towards a safe and secure air transport sector.
Legislators from both the Senate and House Committees on Aviation stressed that discipline, professionalism, and strict implementation of existing rules remain the missing links in addressing the challenges of the sector.
We have a responsibility to discharge our duties as and when due. We have enough rules, we have enough regulations. What is left is executing those rules.
Let us look at unruly behavior of passengers even while airborne, so that we can also not only looking at what is trending now, we also look at what we envisage to happen.
The representative of the Chief of Air Staff identified two challenges facing Nigeria's airports, which are the multi-security nature of the airport environment and the conflict between revenue generation and security sharing.
You don't assign those two jobs to one person. Now your guess is as good as mine. Once you do that, the mass activities will naturally be skewed towards revenue generation at the expense of security.
On a daily basis, we refresh.
At the end of this meeting, it is expected that a universal rule will now emerge, one that applies to airlines, staff, and passengers alike, ensuring unison in handling incidents and safeguarding Nigeria's aviation sector. Uloma Onyemachi, TVC News, Abuja.
All right, thank you so much, Uloma. BK, I'll come to you. I mean, the NCAA adopting a stricter stance on the ban on phones, on airplane mode during flights. But talk to me, do you agree with the NCAA with this ban?
For the critical phase of the flight, I agree absolutely. I agree absolutely. And in our country, we argue about virtually everything. I traveled to the UK 2 months ago, and I flew on Virgin. I was told, just like every other person was told, to shut down my phone before takeoff. And we did. We were enjoying in-flight entertainment and all that. When they were about to land, they made the directive again that we should shut down. I mean, this is verifiable. There are other Nigerians who flew with me on the day. They know that is the truth that I'm talking about. And if people doubt it, okay, get on Virgin. Whether it's premium or the economy, you'll be told to shut down. I hear some people say, oh, this is outdated, that
there's a torrent of
that it shows that the aircraft in Nigeria are old. Absolute nonsense. IBOM has some of the newest aircraft. Even Airpeace, they have some aircraft that are new. I've seen Arik fly Boeing 737-800 series. They still have it. They may have had their problems, but 800 series. And we all knew that Arik was buying brand new aircraft in those days. So what are they talking about? That, oh, it is old aircraft that they are using in Nigeria, Ncaa, their methods are outdated, their regulatory scope is outdated. We want to argue about everything. I've just told you now that I flew on Virgin. Are you going to say Virgin is also antiquated? But they told us to shut down, and we did. Even the in-flight entertainment that we were enjoying, they had to shut it down at that time.
Until the plane gets to
because that's the critical phase. Takeoff and landing. Takeoff and landing. You have to get it right. How did people die in the Sosoliso aircraft? It was at the point of landing. They were already looking at the airport. I've never seen anything like that. Parents were at the airport. They saw the aircraft bringing their children. Yet we lost them. That is one time when the pilots engaged their two engines.
Yeah, that's true.
For takeoff and landing. It's very important. And they are saying, look, even if this is our country, if our law says obey this, we have to obey
it. Exactly.
People argue about everything. Look at an individual even say, what will happen today? Recently, after this last one, we say what will happen today will be worse than a bomb here. So some lawless people have now taken it upon themselves to misbehave on our flights. It has to start to stop. It has to stop.
It's unacceptable.
And they don't do it. They don't do it abroad. If they tell them shut down, they shut down. They respect themselves. But in our country, we don't want to obey any law. We believe that this is a country of anything goes. If they tell you shut down, we want to argue with them. But we don't argue with white people like that on their flights. We don't. We don't. Because they don't want to be deported. They know that over there the rules are obeyed. If you are not careful, you end up in jail.
That's true.
So why do we do this in our country? Simple instruction. Your life does not depend on using a phone. I told you once that my son once asked, how did people cope in those days when there were no phone? We coped. We didn't die. We coped. What is in a phone? It's the same thing. Some people to even stay away from smoking on the flight. They feel like dying.
Serious addiction.
They feel like dying.
Addiction.
That's why you see they will even tell you that if you try to damage our smoke detector, you'll be arrested. People, because smoking seems like to some people like their oxygen.
Exactly.
So if you are flying and you are not allowed to smoke, it's like they are going to die. I'm not saying there are some aircraft where they give you Wi-Fi and all that, but it's not every aircraft. And every pilot knows the kind of aircraft that is flying. It's not every aircraft. Nobody gave me Wi-Fi inside the Virgin. It's not every aircraft. Some do it, Emirates, some do it, but it's not every airline.
Okay. I mean, CK, why do you think Nigeria is adopting this stricter stance on the total ban?
It's just unfortunate the way some of our people behave. And just as BQ said, when they travel out, they behave themselves.
Okay.
When they get here, they start behaving. I don't know there's anything called Nigerian way of behavior. I don't know. That is how we also adopted the African time mentality in this part of the world.
That's just your indiscipline.
That is what I'm saying. That is
indiscipline.
Because when you stretch it further, let me give you a classical example. If a plane lands anywhere in the world, you'll be asked to sit down and you disembark seat by seat. BQ, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Seat by seat. If you travel out, people are there to eat. But when you get to Nigeria, immediately the plane is landing. The person is at the back. Already jump up. He's even carrying his luggages and trying to hit your head.
Yes.
And you ask yourself, what is the problem with our people? But Are you saying that you are going to...
It's E-bomb that enforces it strictly.
What the bomb do is that, do you know what they do? Once the plane land, the air hostess will stand at the second seat. So that first person will go down. She moves, the other people. But other one, you see them talking. One day, one woman almost blew out my teeth. I said, Madam Kilode now, where are you going to? Relax.
People will have their what's it called? Boarding pass that assigns them to a seat, and they will still be rushing.
When you know you have a seat already assigned to you,
they still be rushing. This is not more now.
I'm telling you. So back to the issue, I totally agree with that. There is no flight in Nigeria that is more than 1.5 hours. None within Nigeria. Highest is always 1 hour. Probably if you are going to maybe Sokoto, Maiduguri, and the rest of it, it takes about 1.5 hours. But there is nowhere you go to Nigeria. So it's a matter of switching off your phone for 55 minutes. And there's no...
They did not even say switch it off.
They say switch off. They say take off.
The take off and landing.
No, I'm saying let us even agree that you switch it for 50 minutes. There's no enhanced entertainment in our local flight. So you're not going to use Wi-Fi in your local flight. So what are you going to use? If you want to listen to music or what? I think if they can be able to adhere to it and strictly abide by it, then it will be a good one, and we start giving rewarding bad behavior by giving people.